COVID-19 is real for sure, as globally it's been attributed to the deaths of over 23,000 people. In the United States, over 1,200, Italy 8,200, Iran 2,200 and Spain 4,300. Here in Thailand, just 4. But with the virus now spreading at its fastest rate here so far, that figure will rise. Keeping Thailand safe is everyone's responsibility. And anyone flaunting the new regulations because they can is simply putting other people's lives at risk. The guy who keeps his bar open, as an example, is as big a carrier of COVID-19 as someone already infected, as he's welcomed people to gather knowing that the chances are someone will make someone sick. Now then is the time to act with responsibility. Swallow the new regulations, keep home as much as possible, staying away from groups of people, and keeping safe. This is not a drill. As Thailand entered its first day of a state of emergency yesterday, seeing over 350 roadside checkpoints set up by the military, so the commander of the Royal Thai Armed Forces warned all to stay in their homes wherever possible and avoid exposing themselves to the coronavirus. In an interview with Pattaya's Mayor Kun Plume, we were assured that there is nothing that he or the government wants less than a curfew. No one wants it, he told us. But if people don't adhere to the new regulations put in place for their own safety, then it may be an option. That was reiterated by the commander of the armed forces yesterday too. So it's down to us. And if your pal or neighbour is flaunting the law, well, have a chat with him. You may just save lives, as that's how critical the issue here now is. People over 70, under 5 or with existing medical conditions are strictly advised to remain home already, together with anyone who lives with them. Flights into Thailand have now ended, and most airlines are not flying out either, so you are, like it or not, here for the duration. Under a state of emergency, the government or the governor has simply to announce changes to daily life, such as restaurants closing except for takeaways, and a letter doesn't have to be issued to all businesses, as would normally be the case. The military, along with the police, are empowered to enforce any changes too, and businesses are recommended to listen carefully to advisories in order that they, their staff and customers are protected. As of yesterday too, commuting between provinces has been actively discouraged, and those who travel to another province will often be required to undergo health checks and give their personal details and reason for travel. Shops selling essential goods and services will continue to operate, and there is no shortage of food in Thailand. In addition to shops, banks, factories, markets, financial institutions, gas stations and online deliveries will continue where needed. At checkpoints in our own province, which begin today, police or army will carry out temperature testing on all in the vehicle, that's driver and passengers. They'll also check to see that everyone in the vehicle has a mask, and that there's a medical hand gel in the vehicle too. Be prepared to show your passport and driving licence and explain your journey. Following announcements that Thai Airways have added its name to the international list of airlines that will stop flying from Thailand by the month's end, queues grew outside their offices in many cities including Pattaya. Despite warnings of social distancing, ticket holders, along with those who had faint hopes of buying a ticket, gathered together in large crowds in Pattaya on Beach Road, inundating the normally tranquil office and forcing them to issue ticket numbers and put in security on the doors. For what it's worth, the Thai manager there has told us that those with tickets are a priority and will in most cases qualify to fly if their ticket is on or before the deadline. For others, most tickets are sold out, as demand was huge nationwide. Callers to the radio station told us that phone lines were not being answered by Thai Airways. That's because you can't book a ticket without them seeing your passport and documents. For anyone stranded here, having ignored warnings for the past week or so that it was a growing likelihood that airlines would be stopped, Immigration are offering initial 30-day extensions of visas. To get those, all you have to do is go to the immigration office. And a check on any online booking service shows hotels from the cheapest to the best, having amazingly low prices right now. In Pattaya, well, the city's deathly quiet, and with road checks and travel advisories to stay home, we can expect the weekend to be the same. In our City Hall, a team have set up the COVID Control Centre, headed up by the most senior of the Mayor's team. They constantly monitor the situation and have asked all Thais and non-Thais for calm, to take care of themselves and to avoid going out where possible. Our local hospitals are all on alert for COVID-19, that's a given. And all private along with public hospitals have a procedure in place for anyone suspected of being ill. With the heat here combined with age, temperature checks, which are essential, can give false warnings, as many expats overheat due to the weather. To avoid misdiagnosis, it's a good idea to stay cool and drink fluids, as more and more places are carrying out temperature checks, City Hall amongst them, and you really don't want to fail those checks unless you're genuinely ill. And with the reminder to wash your hands regularly, keep a safe distance from others and wear a mask. And the Met Office promising highs today of 32, dropping down to 28, a sunny and hot day. That is the local and national news from Fab FM. For videos and of course to keep up with fabulous Pattaya, visit alwayspattaya.com.